What's going on, everyone? So before we get into this video, I just want to let you know that I am giving away an Obsidian 6-pack in this video. Here is the last winner of the previous video. Please hit me up on Discord, link down in the description. But if you want to go ahead and get yourself involved in these giveaways, all you need to do is leave a like, subscribe to the channel with notifications on, and leave a comment down below what your favorite world event is. Good luck, let's get into it. So in this video, we're going to be talking about the best world event for reputation and gold. Keep in mind this video is released at the start of 2021. This means everything I'm about to mention is valid as of this time. If anything's changed, I'll make a new video in the future. And one last thing, we're not going to be covering random encounters that you find around the world like megalodons, krakens, or emerging skeleton ships. They do not count for this video. I'm only going to be talking about world events that do spawn in automatically. So I'm going to break this into two parts. First of all, the gold. Second of all, the reputation. Let's get into it. So when it comes to earning the maximum amount of gold using server events, there's really only two options you can go with. That's either going to be the ghost fleets or the Ashen Lords. Both of those world events are incredibly effective for earning gold, but they do have different pros and cons. Since the ghost fleets were added in first, we're going to start with them. So ghost fleets are a server event that is indicated by a shining red skull in the sky, also known as the Skull of Flameheart if you are into the Tall Tales or the lore of Sea of Thieves. Now the act of taking down the ghost fleets are fairly simple but time consuming. All you need to do to complete this world event is fight multiple waves of different ghost ships that circle around an island. There are a total of 4 waves with a handful of ships you need to take down on each one. Each ship you sink will spawn a tiny bit of loot and a storage crate, making it easier to complete this whole event. Finishing up with a fight against the Burning Blade, which is known as Flameheart's own ship if you're into the lore. Taking down these waves is pretty simple, it just requires you to take down 7 ships. As you get towards the end, all you need to do is take down the 2 Burning Blade ships that do spawn around the map. Each ship that you drop does give you a return rate of a new type of ghostly treasure. Now the ghostly treasure is indicated by flying ghosts just above the actual loot pool itself. Taking down the lower tier ships will yield you 2 to 3 Skulls of the Damned on average, not confirmed, with the captain ships yielding 4 to 5 Skulls of the Damned and usually a confirmed Captain Skull of the Damned, which is essentially the rarest type of loot. With the higher Ashen Dragon ships dropping a handful of Skulls of the Damned, Crates of the Damned, and Chests of the Damned. With the final Burning Blade ship set dropping a total of 15 items on average, with being a mix between Skulls of the Damned, Ashes of the Damned, Chests of the Damned, and 1 confirmed Captain Skull of the Damned. They will also contain the new cannonballs as well. Now the act of taking down these ships is fairly simple since it only consists of shooting 3 cannonballs or any type of projectile into the boats. Now all of these ghostly variants of loot do give you a increased sell rate when you return them to their designated factions. Just to give you an example, we're going to talk about the ghostly treasure chests. Now they can sell anywhere between 1,160 gold to 2,900 gold depending on your emissary flag. Comparing that to the base captain's chests that sell for a maximum of any given time of 1,100 or 2,750 assuming you are an emissary grade 5. Up on the screen now you'll see over to the left I have the ghost loot compared to the normal loot. This photo was taken from the Sea of Thieves wiki, so credit to them for these photos. So you can really get an idea of the sell difference between the loot pieces. The difference you see here carries over with all of the other loot you find as well. Since these skeleton ships do take a total of 3 projectiles to sink them and get a loot return, it makes them the fastest and most effective way for grinding gold when it comes to server events. With the only main downside to sinking these ghost ships being the amount of supplies and time it takes. Although it is the highest yield to return, it is a very lengthy battle and it does take a fair amount of supplies just to get this going. So with the ghost ship method out of the way, we're going to move on to the Ashen Lords. Now the Ashen Lords are the newest server event at the time of this video that were added into the game. Originally they were quite difficult but have since seen a massive nerf, making them one of the easier server events to complete in the game. So the Ashen Lords are indicated by a giant fire tornado on the horizons and in the sky. The tornado is going to lead you to an island that is the site of an Ashen Lord summoning ritual. As soon as you touch the island, 1 of 4 Ashen Lords are going to spawn on the island, and you will commence a fight that will take you somewhere between 10 to 30 minutes depending on your effectiveness. Now these Ashen Lords drop a confirmed Ashen Wind Skull, Chest of Rage, and around 10 or so Devil's Roar treasure items. Disregarding the Devil's Roar treasure items alone, which do sell for a varied price, the Ashen Wind Skull and Chest of Rage make this 1,000 times worth it on their own. The Ashen Wind Skull will sell anywhere from 4,000 gold to 25,000 gold. Of course, the 25,000 sell price is only obtained from a grade 5 Order of Souls emissary, but it is still possible. And the Chest of Rages selling anywhere from 3,000 gold with no emissary at the minimum to 8,750 gold at the maximum with a grade 5 emissary. With those two items I mentioned alone, at the maximum price you could see yourself yielding in 30,000 gold from just 2 items. Combining the amount of loot return you get from these world events and comparing them to the amount of effort that goes into them, it makes them one of the best ways to get gold as well, in my opinion. So in summary, Ashen Lords and Ghost Fleets are your best ways to get gold in the Sea of Thieves if you're just grinding server events alone. As I mentioned at the start of the video, I wanted to talk a bit about reputation, so we're going to do that now. Although the Ashen Winds events and the Skeleton Ships events are the best for gold, I still don't believe that they are the best for earning reputation. In fact, I wouldn't even believe that server events are a good way to go at all if you are trying to get reputation. As I mentioned in my Pirate Legend in under 24 hours video, if you want max level on anything, the best way you can go for that is doing Devil's Roar version of missions, whether they be vaults, cargo runs, or Order of Souls missions. Meaning, in my mind, if you want to use server events to get the maximum amount of reputation, you need to go for skeleton forts. Specifically, Molten Sand skeleton forts. The Molten Sand skeleton fort is essentially a normal skeleton fort, with the loot being 100% Ashen based, meaning they sell for a higher price. The big downside to this though, I believe they are the rarest world event you can find. Not only are skeleton forts quite rare to come across these days, the Ashen skeleton fort is the rarest thing in the game. I have not seen one in months. Meaning that if you must get the max reputation possible by server events, get lucky as hell and find an Ashen skeleton fort. Good luck though. Although if you're not satisfied with that answer, I'm gonna have to go ahead and say skeleton fleets are the best way to go as well. They give you a mix of everything for all reputations. Skeleton fleets are indicated by a big floating galleon in the sky. It just looks essentially like a cloud and will appear either in the main world or the Devil's Roar. There's no real specific spot for them. They do take a considerable amount of effort to sink, but they do give you a very nice return overall, making them my go-to if you are looking for just reputation grinding. In conclusion, if you're looking for gold maximization, have a look for ghost ships or Ashen Wind events. That's your best way to go, bar none. With reputation being focused more towards skeleton ships or the Ashen Winds Fortress. Hopefully this video has helped in some way, and don't forget I am giving away an Obsidian 6-pack. The winner will be announced at the start of my next video. And also you can check out my Twitch. I give away 6-packs daily over there and capstans once a month. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.